What does it take to become a lawyer and build a successful law firm that helps people across our state?
Melissa Cole sat down with attorney Brooke Goff to get to know her a little bit better and find out more about her firm. Check it out.
Hi everybody, today I have the pleasure of sitting with attorney Brooke Goff in her beautiful home, and you know, a lot of you may recognize her from billboards or commercials coming on Great Day Connecticut. So you've been a guest many times.
Many times, yeah.
But we know your legal advice, but we want to get to know you a little bit better.
Sure.
So the beginning, tell us where you grew up.
Sure, so I'm from a very small town in upstate New York, not super upstate. I'm like a little further in between Saratoga and Lake George. I grew up in a very small town, a very, low-income town, poor town. I grew up in my parents did the best they could. I have a few brothers and sisters, so there's 4 of us total. And yeah, I grew up in a low-income household. So most people, I think, assume when they see lawyers, oh, they come from a line of money. I did not. My parents, I was the first college educated in my family. My sister is now a nurse practitioner, so my sister, and now my brother, one of my brothers is autistic, and my other brother is believe it or not, an insurance adjuster. But he holds a big job, an insurance adjuster, so we don't go against each other. He's out of state. I told him he can't come to Connecticut, but he does a lot of like higher end medical malpractice stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so that's a little bit of your beginning.
Yeah.
And then you ended up in Connecticut due to college, really.
Right. So again, like my parents, I mean, they did the best they could. They didn't know how to do FAFSA. They didn't know, and I mean, I didn't have any money for college, and I was determined to go, but how was I going to get there? The people, when you grow up in a small town and there's not a lot of resources, like there's not a lot of people to help you. So, and this is what, 2004. So the internet and stuff like that was not where we are now, right? So I had to do a lot of research, and I had to ask a lot of questions, and I had to go visit a lot of people. I remember I drove to Skidmore. I wanted to get out of upstate New York, but I went there and I was asking questions like, how does somebody get financial aid? How does this happen? How does this happen? So I was able to do FAFSA. A school in Connecticut gave me the most money, and they gave me a softball scholarship, and I was like, I'm all in. Anything to start my next journey in life. Then I just fell in love with Connecticut.
Then when you were at college, did you know at that point you wanted to go into law?
I knew I wanted to be a lawyer since I was a little kid. Okay. So my mom used to say, people used to say to me, you always like to fight. Everything's a negotiation. And I've just always felt like I've had to fight for things. I feel like, I watched other kids get handed things, and that wasn't me. So you have to fight, right? And I think being a girl, they just don't expect it. They expect you to just sit back and just take what's given to you. And I'm not that person. So they used to be like, you should be a lawyer. So in my head, and they're like, and I would ask, and they'd be like, you help people, but you get to fight all the time. I'm like, sounds fantastic, right? I wish somebody'd help me, but I want to fight for other people. So it wasn't until I, left upstate New York and I really went to school and I started saying, okay, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer. This is my track, that I really understood the money into it and everything else. I wasn't one of those people that wanted to be a lawyer because of the money and success. I really wanted to help people, and I wanted to use the strength of my skills to do it.
So that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I do not have a job. I have a career. I beat to my own drum. I get to do it. I love every single day, and I get to hire employees and make their lives better.
Is there one thing that people always come to you and ask, like if there's that one most common thing people come to you for?
Do you mean in the law?
Yeah.
You want to laugh? So I'm a personal injury attorney, right? They're like, you are a pit bull. I want a divorce. Do you do family law? And I'm like, nope, couldn't pay me enough money. Don't want to be in the family drama, but I'll give you a name, right? In the personal injury realm, people call me for everything. They call me for advice. They call me for everything. And I'm accessible, which is a little different than most other lawyers that are on billboards and TV. You call, you ask to get with me, they'll set you up an appointment, you'll get me. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I'm above talking to clients. I mean, this is what I love to do. I love to help people, talk to people, be able to really be part of the process.
So you really are one of those people that loves what you do, and it's almost like you don't feel like you're working because you love what you do.
I'm not working. Mm-hmm. I have not worked a day in 7 years. I go in, I run an empire, and I make people's lives better every day, and it's great.
And so if, younger girls are watching right now thinking like, this is something that I want to do, I mean, you're a role model.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I can change the life of one girl or even a boy, whatever the case might be, somebody that feels that, haters gonna hate, right? And they haven't been told the right things, and they don't really know who they are yet, or whatever the case might be, and they see me, and following me leads them to make decisions to pursue their vision. There's my legacy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit with us today.
Thank you.
What an incredible story. All right.
Yeah.
For more information, visit gofflawgroup.net. You can also follow along on Facebook at Goff Lawyer, on Instagram at Goff Law, or on TikTok at Brooke Goff Official.